Here's our September agenda. You've been doing some awesome networking. It's always hard to get you guys to stop. Tonight is raw land investing, and we're gonna. Dave's been here a couple times, but he keeps fine tuning it, making it a little bit better, and trying to give you a little bit more for the bang for the buck. So we're gonna do that tonight. You may, as we go around the room later, everybody gets to go, I am, and this is what I got. I got this awesome project. You've never seen one this great. It may sound too good to be true. It may be true. It may be false. It's up to you to do due diligence, both on the project and the person. You know, you may think that Denver's a big city and nobody knows everybody, but guess what? As you go around the different meetup groups, you're gonna see the same faces. And you can go, hey, have you heard about Joe Bob? And they go, yeah, we have. Stay away from it. What about Billy Sue? Oh, she's lovely. We love her. Go whatever. So do your own due diligence. We can't do that. Can you tell I'm from the South? Okay, we're all in for the. We've got. I try to put something a little bit everywhere. And the number one thing you have to remember is Realty Investment Group.org. There's links to everything out there. And we're trying something new this month. Who has heard of Clubhouse? Okay, cool. Unfortunately, I just got invited to the party, I guess about 3 weeks ago, and I am hooked. Oh my gosh. Regardless, I know I'm allowed to make regardless of what your hobby is, your interest. There's a club on there for that. And you'd be surprised at how many friends are on there. It's free. It used to be just Apple, but now it's Apple and Android, and you can actually get it for your PC's desktop. Desktop's pretty cool. We've actually got a clubhouse on there for Rig, and as a test, I'm going to try to do a meeting maybe once Wednesday night. Right now, we're looking at 8 o'clock because there's one guy. I scheduled it at 7. He goes, I've got to meet at 7. Took the date, so I and when this guy comes into the room, it's like a bus pulled in. They all just follow it. You'll see when your friends are on the stage and we're talking, so you can go follow and join rooms. Come check us out tomorrow night.
Hey Jim.
Yes.
Is there a Wi-Fi site here?
There is. It's on the menu.
Thank you.
I mean, the password's on the menu. Like I said, we welcome our guests. We love our first-time guests. First meeting is free. After that, we ask you to pay a membership or pay a per meeting fee and of $20. And there's 3 different levels of membership. If I was going to join by myself, I'd pay $100. If Cindy and Julie wanted to go together, like let's be a partner, the significant other, business partner, you can join, save a little bit of money. If you have a business and you want to promote deals and services and stuff like that, we ask you to buy a business membership. And with that, we will promote you on our different websites. You can promote your deals, you can promote your services. I got a house for sale or whatever. And if you got multiple businesses, that's okay too. And once a month, we pick one out and we ask them to come up front and talk about their business. And tonight is no different. Tonight, we have a whole family team here. And I'm so excited because I heard their story and how she retired him. I'm sure that's part of her speech. So I'm going to shut up and let them come on up here. We welcome Colorado. Can
you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Nicole Clements, and this is my daughter, Alicia Clements. And together we started Colorado Furnished Rentals probably about 1.5 years ago. We've exploded in growth. I retired my husband about 2 months ago, so he's joined our team full time. And my son Gavin is right here. He's 14 years old. He does a lot of the lawn care for me, so it's a family affair for sure. So yeah, I'm going to start out with a story of one of our clients. I think that really showcases what our company does for people. So we'll get started with that. So as you can see, we're changing the way people buy and sell real estate in Colorado. And I know a lot of people say that, but this is real. Like, we're solving a lot of problems for people. And so our niche is we're looking for tired landlords You know what I'm talking about, you know, you've had a 1 or 2 year tenant and they just trash your place. And you just put 30 grand in there, you know, so we're looking for those people to come bring us their rentals that are trash. We're gonna fix them up real nice, we're gonna furnish them real nice. They'll stay in 5-star condition when we manage them. We're also looking for investors that want to increase their cash flow. Because we have data that helps us find investments that'll cash flow you $1,500 to $2,000 a month once all expenses are paid. And it's not shooting in the dark, this is real. And I will help you find these. And then we're also looking for people who are relocating to the area. We got here 8 years ago, we had nowhere we could stay, we just stayed at hotels. You know, because we had nowhere to go. We're a family of 4, we have dogs. We wanted a house, we wanted a furnished house. We wanted a backyard, we wanted a washer and dryer, we wanted a kitchen, we wanted a garage. And so that's why we started this company, is to help people who are relocating, and it's just flourished. We went from starting with 1 unit out of our walkout basement to now we have 25 with another 5 waiting to go live. So let's go over our client story and we'll get started. So here's our clients. I don't know if I should call their names, but I'll say their first names. Joe and Colette. Okay, so they come here from out of state and they find us on Airbnb. And they are so panicked. They're like, oh my gosh, this market's crazy. You know, we don't know the area. We found you on Airbnb. We started talking. We put them in one of our rentals, right? And this is our rental that we put them in. And this house is in Berthoud, Colorado. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Population of 10,000, right? Most people don't know about it, but it's halfway between Longmont and Loveland. So this was the actual house that they stayed in. And we housed them for about 90 days. And so the power of our rentals. So for 90 days, they were able to really just get to know the area, decide where they wanted to buy, whether they want to build or buy. And our rentals saved them $200,000 on the purchase of their home. They were high-end clients and their budget was $2.5 million. They were going to get a house built for $2.5 million, but the perfect house came on the market for $2.2 million. And it was on the water and they weren't going to get that building. So they were so excited that we were able to provide that service for them and save them a couple $100,000. I mean, come on, that's amazing, right? I mean, that's amazing. So because it worked so well, they said, we're in. We want to buy some rentals. And so these are the first 2 out of 7. They're going to have a 7 portfolio of rentals. And we seek out, you know, some that look like this because it attracts a certain clientele, right? You want a certain clientele. You want the big spenders. You want the $2 million budget buyers, right? So these are their first 2. The first one here on the left is in Berthoud, and the one on the right is in Erie. And so I'll kind of go on to the next slide. And so this just kind of gives the breakdown. I'll let my daughter take over from here, and she can kind of give you a little bit about the numbers.
This is Berthoud one.
Yeah, this is the Berthoud one. Is that good? Okay. So they bought this house for $575,000. Their mortgage payment is $3,500 a month. Their utilities are $500. Our management fee is $550. So their total expenses are $3,550. The revenue that they get every month is about $5,200, and they cash flow $1,650 per month on average. So this house has been performing spectacular for them. It's been more solid since they furnished it. It went live, and they furnished it very high end. So they're attracting very high clients. It's also close to the TBC golf course, so it's attracting over the summer, attracting a lot of golfers and things like that.
So this one worked out so well for them. This was like their trial, like, oh, let's see how it goes. We'll dip our feet in the water. They've seen a tremendous success with it. And so they're like, okay, let's go get a second one. So they went and bought the second one in Erie. And they're buying this one for $635,000. Their mortgage is $3,500. Utilities $500.
How much did he put down to get that 1%?
20%.
1%?
Yeah.
Interest rate, do you know?
Interest rate right now is 5.375.
What about?
Cleaning fees in a minute, but that doesn't come out of the owner's pocket.
Yeah, so, our management fee is $600, total expenses totaling $4,600, and their revenue is $6,000 a month. Cash flowing $1,400. Cleaning fees, to answer your question, we charge the guests off of, on Airbnb. So the guest covers the cleaning fees, that doesn't come out of your total expenses.
When you do it by month, do you just clean once a month, or do you go once a week? How do you do that?
Yeah, so, since they're 30, 60, 90-day rentals, majority of them get turned over every month. We rarely have people stay the full 90 days. But yeah, every month or two they get turned over. We have cleaners that do it
So you
especially.
But if you have to take, do you clean
Just the
when
one
you
way
move
when
it
they
and
leave.
go out?
Yeah.
They're responsible for cleaning it.
We provide them daily supplies.
Are you doing shorter than 30 days?
No,
We focus on the 30-day rentals, just because no one else is providing those, and our services, our company are for people who are relocating to the area. So we're not really marketing to the tourists. When you start doing the shorter term, sometimes you'll get parties, they leave your house in not great condition. We're attracting clients that are really high end, they keep the place super clean. We posted over 700 people, never had any issues. So.
Airbnb is mostly how you attract them or to other avenues.
Yeah, right now Airbnb is how we mostly attract them, but we are currently hired a 5-person marketing team, and we're gonna be transferring over to our own website, and looking directly for our website, kind of get rid of those Airbnb fees. And then they're gonna be targeting the people who are relocating from California, New York.
So would the Airbnb fees come out of the 6,000?
yeah, it's not much. It's like $3 a night. Yeah. Yeah, it's not huge. Yeah.
When you do the, short-term rentals, do you, ask the permission if that can be done? Because some of the HOAs don't allow.
No, we help with
have
all
you-
of that.
have you-
Oh, absolutely. We do everything kosher, nothing sketchy. No. Like we double check everything. We read the HOA documents, we call the HOA to verify. Some are very strict, some are lenient. They allow you to do this, so.
I know this is almost impossible to do with all.
No, it's older, I have to.
Oh, really? I was told you basically have to live there.
It's something magical about having 30-day rentals.
30-day, 31 days, you're not truly an Airbnb.
Right. Yeah.
Rules change in 30 days.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's true in Denver as well.
It's Denver as well. Yeah,
You can do 29, is it 29?
29 days.
Yeah, 29 days. And then as long as it's 29 days are over, you can do that as regular, you're not subjected to having to live in that.
Now, I was also told that Louisville is a great place to do this, Boulder is not. Lafayette is an okay place to do this. Louisville is unfortunately had 1,000 houses burned out.
And we've actually housed a lot of the victims from the fire.
Yeah.
And they're so grateful. So we're standing up here telling you how lucrative this business is, but you guys need to understand, like, we are helping people. There's people who are displaced. There's people that, they suffered a flood in their house or, and they come to us. No one else is doing this. This is so important. And so we're helping also digital nomads. There's people that travel for a living, and so we're helping them. We've got government employees that are coming to the area for projects. So they're gonna stay in a hotel for 2 months, or can they stay at one of my houses for the same price, right? And you're still getting massive cash flow. Of course, they're gonna choose one of my houses, right? So there is such a desperate need for this, and we have over 5,000 people moving to the area. They need this.
What's your
Right.
upper purchase price of the house? How high would you go?
I try to stay around the 500s and 600s. Because you can get nice stuff, you know, and it's gonna cash flow real nice. I am about to have someone buy an $800,000 one. I'll let you know how that goes. This is kind of an experiment, but it's on the water. So we do have beautiful lake views and mountain views, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah,
Are you seeing, because like, from your shirt, it looks like you handle it through and from the pictures. You probably even help with the loan and all of it. Are you seeing any of the kickback or a pushback from the DCSR loan for it being Airbnb? How are you legitimizing, I think, you know, that hurting, whether it hurt, absolutely. We were just talking about that as far as some people are wanting, some lenders are wanting 25% down and then wanting statement saying that it is cash flow in this speech. How are you getting around that?
yeah, well, there are some lenders out there that are actually short-term rental friendly, so I would definitely start there first, right? They understand, they get it. The next thing is, like, let's say they require a 1-year lease, my company will sign the 1-year lease.
Awesome.
And then I'll sublet it. And so that's perfectly kosher, it's fine, it's, you know, it's nothing illegal. My company signs the 1-year lease, it's corporate housing. So that's the way around that. Sure.
What are you seeing in the insurance market and how the PNC agents are treating this? I assume they're gonna jack up rates when they've got, you know, these people in and out, stuff like that. So,
Well, what's interesting is with State Farm Insurance is very friendly for this business. I'm very, very open with them and honest. And I pay maybe 1,800 a month or 1,800 a year as opposed to 1,500 a year. It's not like a huge difference. And so if you want a good agent, I know one, and it'll be super easy. No, that's the older house. Yeah.
And then it's the older
Yes,
houses,
yes.
that's like.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you have a great, beautiful, informal, this group, but I had a client who bought a house in Boulder for her son. But her son ended up going to different college, transferred. So the parents who bought a house for her son to attend the CU Boulder, they were like, shall we sell it or shall we keep it as a rental or, and then they were looking for better cash flow model than a regular rental. And then I referred them to Nicole and then they worked it out for our company to, you know, sign the lease with my clients for annual lease. And then they are operating as a monthly rental furnished, right? Right, that furnished rental. And then it's like a win-win, beautiful win-win situation.
Alright, just like this.
Alright, so this slide, this is our group of people that they're kind of doing the same thing. The woman in the blue shirt, EXP shirt at the very front, she's doing the same model, but in North Carolina. She's taught us a lot of stuff. We owe a lot of our success to her, but you know, you see them having fun. They are in Cabo on a yacht right now. And so this is what this business model, this is the lifestyle it creates because it's passive and you have, we're going in March. We're going to March. But they do this all the time. They do this like once or twice a year where they rent a yacht and they go out and have fun. But a lot of these people are EXP agents or they do the Airbnb model that we do, the 30, 60, 90-day rentals. And so these are our business partners, people that we work with, and this is what our business model creates, the lifestyle. We have one client who works with us. He slowly turned his long-term rentals into short-term or the mid-term rentals, and he gets to go to Brazil. He goes to Brazil and gets to relax half the year while we take on his properties and manage everything. He's getting that cash flow every month. So yeah, we just want to show you guys what's possible with this business model. We're having a lot of fun. And the next one is our contact info. That's her phone number, and then our email and our website. Check us out.
What are the type of property that you, this doesn't fit in this model?
Doesn't fit? Like houses that are, okay, if you were to drive up and you're an Airbnb guest and you'd be afraid to get out of your car, we're not interested.
As far as how do you know what certain area this one will work for this model? Like, can you get a lot of restrictions and regulations?
When you do 30+ days, there's no restrictions. Now that might come eventually because Hawaii has restrictions right now, 90+. But at this time, we don't have that. So as long as you can do 30-day+, you can literally do this anywhere. We just want to make sure that the houses are beautiful. I showed you those 2 examples because that's kind of what we prefer. But you know, we're willing to come and look at your place. If you have a place that you want to increase your cash flow, we're willing to come take a look and analyze it for you and kind of let you know if you have a winner or not. So
But the properties are taking longer to sell. So
Exactly.
some of the nice property I'm seeing that they drop in a price, and it's a great deal, but it's still on the market, and the seller has no other option, but we can't, you know, at some point we can go further. And
Right.
That might be a good alternative, at least to present to the seller that, you know, like all days, like if your property doesn't sell and if you have a timeline, you rent it for 1 year.
right,
But with this model, especially nice homes,
right,
it's not moving. Selling to get a great cash flow for a year. And
Exactly.
Then see how the market goes. So-
yeah. So even though we're licensed realtors, we literally tell people don't sell your house right now.
Not right now.
Do not sell your house right now. Put it in one of our portfolios. We'll take good care of you. We'll cash flow it. I know. Yeah, so I've seen this happen once before in the 90s and 2000s. Exactly what happened in California is what's happening here. I have a behind the scenes and I see exactly who's coming. And it's all the Californians with a lot of money. So hold steady. Right now is not the time to sell. Put it in my portfolio. Let's cash flow it. Wait 2 to 3 years. You're gonna be very happy that you did.
But just, I have to say one thing, because it had a hyper inflated
Right,
prices recently. So it feels like the market is crashing.
right.
But if you compare to the 12 months ago, it's 9% up on
Yeah.
the price still. So it's not housing prices are crashing, it's still appreciating 12 months.
Yeah.
You know, period price 9%. So again, depending on the client, if they have a certain time frame to move on,
Right.
then this would be a great opportunity. But I wouldn't say don't sell your house now, because the kill is getting 9% higher than a year ago.
Yeah, I just recommend that you don't unless you're gonna buy maybe 2 or 3, right? So that they can see going up in value. Yeah.
All right, one last one.
Go ahead.
Going 1 to 3 month rental, what happens if there's a month that? Happens? So
No.
Not all 12 months are.
I've never had my sit vacant.
Really?
I have 90% occupancy. So that's just from, you know, the 10% is just like maybe 3 days in between or 5 days in between that it might sit. But no, I've never had a month go without booking. I'm always booked. Always. If I had 100 doors, it wouldn't be enough. So help me get to 100 doors. Yes, let's do it. It's the time to buy. Absolutely.
Okay, morning. We keep this up. I love this. If you hang out with successful people, they will brainwash you into thinking you can achieve anything. We've got successful people all around this room that are doing it. We got people wanting to learn how to do it. So we got people that are doing it. And this is where everybody gets to talk about it. You get to do your 30-second elevator speech. And I'm not going to time you, but try to keep it brief because Dave's got some good stuff for us tonight. And Sherry, my advisory board member, is going to show us how to do it.
My name is Sherry Krieger, I stand up real Real Estate. I'm a broker owner, focused on residential real estate brokerage, in just general wide North Metro area. And then also I deal in business in Aspen area. What I need from this group is like, I've been already getting a lot of knowledge and infos from all of you here. And then great friendship. So you know, I'm not like a whole lot of, looking for something more, but what I can provide to the group is the real time, because I'm day-to-day transacting residential real estate here. So that market data, market intel, what's happening, quick shift in the dynamic, what our realtors and sellers and buyers are doing in the current market. That's the kind of, real feel that what's happening in the marketplace. That's what I can share with. And just quickly, to thank you, Jim, for promoting. I do fundraising every year to rappel down downtown skyscrapers. And this was the 9th year to raise funds for Cancer League of Colorado. And then 8th time to go down the building. So I did rappel down 1670 Broadway last Thursday. And for the Cancer League of Colorado. So I appreciate all your support.
Dave's got this is where we cover our different members' trainings that they have coming up. And Dave has some stuff coming up he's going to talk about a little later on. This was in the rotating slides. It's on our website. You check it out. And Dave's going to talk about it a little bit. There's more David. Sue Chara, who knows Anthony Chara? Multifamily. His wife's got an asset management workshop coming up October 8th. You can register if you go to our events on the Facebook group, you get the information to register there. What else? This is Mr. Shane. He has a real estate wealth mentoring mastermind coming. He's flying people in from all over the country. They're going to come in for the weekend in November 11th through the 13th. He's going to get them all down to the John Fisher Breakfast Club. So if you're going to go, you may want to make sure you get your ticket in advance. You've got a crowd coming. He says you can go the whole weekend, or you can go one day, or the second day, or the third day. There's his information there. REWM.realestatewealthmentoring.com. That's a mouthful. Again, I'll put the slides up after, and it'll rotate and show you a little bit of stuff about that. We'll also put it on our Facebook groups and in the events calendar. What else we got? Katie, she's not with us tonight. She was the lady that started this group way back in 2011. When COVID hit, she kind of went this way and I kind of went that way. And she's dedicated to following her passion, her heart, and that's doing mastermind groups. It's basically real estate related. But if you got another, she may do other masterminds as well. Big thing is there is you don't just sign up for it, you call and you do the interview. She makes sure that you're right for her and she's right for you. If she wants you to succeed, she's not going to sign you up and then you wash up. So. John Fisher's Breakfast Club. Who doesn't know about this? Good. Everybody know. Oh, Sherry. Awesome, great. Second Saturday of the month. We just had it. And here's the news. If you haven't heard that Drew was talking about, I was shocked. I was asked to have lunch with Tim 2 months ago now. And I was shocked and amazed when he asked me about if I would be interested in joining him as a partner in Best Success. So, and I'm like, after I caught my breath, I'm like, yeah. So I'm now a partner with them, and we host mentorship training. Doug mentioned it earlier. We hold classes, and we do the John Fisher Breakfast Club second Saturday. Some people go, what? Rig's not going to change. We're here. We're going to continue on. It's just I get to promote Rig down there, and I'll promote them up here. But it's awesome, great. We just had our first class last night. So that's why I'm a little tired because I didn't get home till late. Up at 6 this morning running. But check out adjust-success.com. There we are. Real estate investing is better than a rich dad, poor dad, because they'll fly in, give you just a little tease, and then they leave and they give you a book. But we're here. We meet with you twice a month for a class. Twice a month for a class. We have a weekly call where we'll talk to you and coach you and mentor you. We do a field trip once a month on Saturday. And you have access to us 5 days a week, hopefully during normal working hours. And we give you a whole ton of materials and stuff. And the coolest thing about this is after you finish the project, that bottom line right there, you will have completed a project and be able to tell your story. We guide you through every step. And we talk about how to know the numbers. We take all pieces of life apart. And we're going. There it is. Our next class is Monday, September 26th. We actually go into a house that is somewhere in the rehab stage. It may be ugly, or it may be like last night. They're going on the market this week, so it's a nice class, a nice house to start in. But you'll each Monday or each class, we'll go into an actual house, set up the classroom, and go through that class. There's a 1-year program. We also have a 90-day program. Take it away, Dave. Wait. That's right. There we go.
All right. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Awesome. Cool. So, before we get started, I just want to query the room. What do you know about raw rural vacant land investing?
Usually does not pay rent.
What's that?
Usually I cannot collect rent on it.
Okay.
They generally sell on really friendly terms. I bought 70 acres down in Waldenburg, and so I didn't have to put any money down. Got great terms. I think I pay like $1,600 a month. Great terms.
Okay.
Great terms.
Who else? Anybody?
There's if you try to finance it, it's a lot higher
Okay.
percentage of financing. If you have a like.
Not making any more of it.
That's a really original one. Anybody else?
Something like it's under 35 acres, you can't subdivide it, or it has something to do with water rights.
Depends on-
Yeah,
In Colorado.
in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll speak to that one real quick in that, because I actually learned something new a few months ago about it. The county and the city, if it's in city limits, etc. There's a lot of different things with that. So, and I'm going to talk about subdividing in the presentation. However, I have a deal under contract right now that I'm going to hold and I'm going to subdivide and develop down in Trinidad. But Colorado is probably one of the worst states to subdivide because of water. And a lot of people think that if it's over 35 acres, you have a guarantee to be able to drill a well, etc. That's not true. It had to be platted before 1972. Now you can still file a suit, go to, pay attorneys shitloads of money. Water attorneys. And apply for it, if it makes sense, then you get to buy water rights available, all that stuff. So, but yeah, if we're planted before 1972 and it's 35 acres, you have a pretty good chance of being able to drill a well on it. So, all right, well, I guess I should have addressed all your questions. You said you can't collect rent on it, true? In some cases. Hunting leases can actually be very lucrative in the right areas. I had a property in Los Animas County, East Trinidad. And there is a company called HLRBO, HLVRBO, Hunting Land Vacation Rental by Owner, something like that. Anyway, they rent out, they lease, they market your land for hunters. And I actually had a 40-acre property down there that I've flipped many of them down there, but I had one that, I sold on a note and I took it back. I learned about it, and I was getting about, I don't know, $300-400 a month on the note. And I could, I got an estimate that I could lease that to hunters for about 10 grand a year and keep it. And so I was about to do it, and then I ended up getting a cash offer for it, but I actually wish I had maybe kept it. And I did that. What was the other one? JH said terms?
No, the percentage of financing, finance or something.
Sure. I mean, if you can get bank financing, it's going to be higher, but typically most land, rural land is going to be seller finance, so it's always going to be higher. I typically get 10 to 12% interest. What was the other one? Ray?
Oh, I just said,
You got killer seller finance terms.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's killer for somebody after I did the math. I can't forget it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it was low entry fee, you know?
Exactly. So, all right, I'll get into a little bit of that. Cool. So we're gonna talk a little bit about why land, deal strategy, how I got into land. I'm gonna give you some examples of some deals that I've done. Subdivide in Texas. And then my typical sort of cash bread and butter deals, some examples of some terms, seller finance deals. And a few unicorns that I've had 3 unicorns this year. And they're pretty juicy. And they're not the norm, but it's one of those things that, the harder you work, the luckier you get. Keep at it every now and then. You can fall in a bucket of crap and come out smelling like a rose. The anatomy of a great deal, how I find great deals and how to sell great deals. And at the end, we got some special offers for you. So, all right, this is a little bit just kind of my journey. I was stuck in corporate America. And then when I got into real estate, I was sort of stuck between jobs and started taking some rich dad classes. And I sort of stumbled into flipping houses, found a short sale, and my first deal was like really easy, carpet and paint. Sold it 30 days and made like 30 grand. I'm like, shit, this is easy. Why doesn't everybody do this? So I guess that's why I kept doing it. And then that's really much harder deals. That's probably experience. Got tired of flipping houses. I started to get into pursue multifamily. Went to a couple of Charles boot camps and started to pursue some deals. My problem was I didn't have any cash flow. It was the sole breadwinner in the house. I was flipping houses, going from chunk to chunk, and it was very stressful. And as those of you who flip know, it's very time consuming, and just had no cash flow. And so I discovered land on a webinar. I think it was Marty Podolsky's webinar. And I bought his workshop, and I had what happened? It goes forward.
It's you and me messing.
It's the second beer. Here's the second one. Anyway, where was I? So, yeah. I studied his course in a weekend, and I already had so much real estate training. I'm like, I'm not paying for my coach. I'll figure this out. It's very similar as stuff. So I sent out a bunch of postcards, made a bunch of offers, and back then it was easy. Now it's a little tougher, but it's still a great business. There's just a little bit more competition, but it's still nothing compared to houses. So I got 4 deals on my first mailer, and I was like, this works. I resold them in, I don't know, a month or 2 on Craigslist and made some pretty good money. I've got an analysis on those deals in another slide. But, so unfortunately, I had just accepted another job and went back into sales, and I wish I had just burned the boats and stayed with it, but I didn't have the guts, and my wife at the time was very, no, you need to have a job, we need insurance, you gotta play it safe. And, so. It's a good life. Unfortunately, that's what I. But seeing how you can do, you didn't have to, I had been flipping houses and be on every wholesaler's list, and you get that text message, here's a deal. Spent 5 minutes on the computer, okay, looks good. You're at the property in 45 minutes and it's already gone. Over and over and over, and that was very frustrating. Realizing that land moved a lot more slowly. I've done almost 300 deals now since 2015. And I've only set foot on a handful of the properties. Been almost 100% virtual. And it moves a lot more slowly. So that was very appealing to me, and knowing that a lot of the back office stuff I could outsource. Once I understood it, hire virtual assistants and whatnot, like this is a real side hustle or extra stream of income for, another entrepreneur. And so I shelved it. I went back to work, took this sales job. I shelved it for about 6 months to get good at my job, and then I brought it back, and I started doing deals. And finally, 2 weeks before Christmas, 2016, I got laid off of that new job that I just taken in 2014 or 27, whatever, a couple years. And I left my phone on Christmas Eve. And well, here actually, we had I was in a good sales job, making a nice 6-figure, and I was making a good 6-figure for the land on top of that. So making a pretty good clip. And so we decided to remodel our house. We moved out into an apartment. So we're paying, $2,200-$2,400 a month for an apartment, and about the same in a mortgage. But I was making the money to afford that. Now, 2 weeks before Christmas, we just signed the contract for the remodel and moved into the apartment. I get laid off. And we were pretty stressed. Christmas Eve, I leave my phone on and I actually answered it. And one buyer bought 3 properties for a net profit of 60 grand. Took a little stress off.
Merry Christmas.
Exactly. Took a little stress off. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, this is the real deal. So the terror was born. So these were the first 4 deals I did on, $300 or $400 worth of mail on some postcards. And this was how a lot of beginners started back then, before anybody was lending. Private lenders were lending on raw land. I don't teach my people to do these deals anymore. It's a waste of time. We get the private lenders in and do the bigger deals. So first deal, bought 5 acres in Costa County for $500. Sold it a couple weeks on Craigslist for $4,000. Not a bad ROI. Second deal, I actually got these all off the same mailer. $500 paid for it, sold it for $4,500 cash. Deal 3, 40 acres, paid $3 grand for it, sold it for 12 grand cash. And deal 4, 40 acres, paid $3 grand, sold it on terms for $18,000. I don't remember what the down was, probably $1 grand. So not bad margins, and that's probably 10% interest. I usually charge between 10 and 12. And did I do a damn thing to them? I hired a. Back then, you didn't have to do drone photography and pay somebody $300-400. I could find somebody in the area on Craigslist for $50 and say, go shoot some ground shots on your iPhone. That was it. You put them on Craigslist and they're gone. So October 15th, we're doing an intensive workshop here. If you buy, so it's $350, $399 with a partner. If you buy, before October 1st, you get the $50 discount. And what we're gonna teach in that workshop is basically all the nuts and bolts of finding deals. So we'll take you from researching and selecting a market to building your list, getting it formatted, and getting it to the mail house, and a little bit of intake stuff. I'm not going to teach sales and marketing and all that. That's in the $1,500, $1,600 course. But this will get you deals, and you could get deals and list them with a realtor. Or if you want to just get a really taste of what everything's about and send some mail out and then realize, oh, I need more help, but I got deals to pay for the coaching. There you go. So that's what we're going to do on the 15th of October. On the 22nd of October, I'm sorry, of September. So that's coming up. We're starting our next group coaching cohort. And so, and I had a coupon code for this group to get an extra $1,300 worth of stuff added into the $5,500 package. And I can't remember what the coupon code is, but I'm just like.
This group is on our, you go to our Facebook group, there's an event already for this. And there's a link to where you can purchase it and get the discount.
But if you're interested in our video course or, skipping this and getting more in depth and really doing it. There's the right slide for the workshop. Just call me 720-759-8578 or reach out to me at hello@land.mba and we'll get on the phone and I'll get you the coupon code.
There we go. All right, Clubhouse tomorrow night. Y'all go join us in the room. It's gonna be fun. I've actually already had some people from all over the country join in. It's cool. There's no videos. You can join in your late night clothing. And we'll just talk. Cash flow. Talks about cash flow. We usually meet right over JH, Dave, and a couple others. We have fun. It's a lot, even more or less formal than tonight. Steve's there with us. We play together as a group. If you don't know how to play, don't worry. Come on, we'll teach you. We'll go. We all play. Somebody will win. They'll just jump right back in the game. It's fun. It's free too. Okay, we already talked about John Fisher. Next month, get your tickets now. What else we got coming up? Steve, 5-second plug.
Going to talk about how to potentially eliminate your taxes and compress your retirement. So bring your calculators because it's a workshop. It's not a me sitting there blah 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 the whole time. So
yeah, he made us work.
It's going to be interactive.
All right, here we go. Dave's coming up. It's on our Facebook. You can go in and look at the event and register and get the code. The code's already built in. I think we beat that horse to death. ADUs. Who's interested in ADUs? Who knows who ADUs is? That's up and coming, almost as exciting as Airbnb and short stays. We are trying not just to get Joe Blow that thinks he knows what he's doing. I'm reaching out to the city and county officials that know the rules. We did this kind of thing a while back with a tax lien. Because everybody, oh, you can get rich doing tax liens. And we had the county officials come in like, well, no, not really. So would you rather hear the pipe dream or the facts?
Facts.
We're going to have the facts here in November. Expert panel. Hey, we're in, I already said this, we're in the brewery. Network, hang around. How many people, before we go, I used to play this game, hadn't done it in a while. How many in this room have done a deal with somebody else in this room? And for the newbies, look around. It's real stuff. I went to a couple people in here. We worked together. We learned together. We cried together. We laughed. We did a lot of laughing tonight, but we do it all. Thank you for coming. Come back tomorrow night online, but come back next month. Thank you. We love you. Have a great night.